Yeah, sorry,
It's
Ryan.
so fucking active.
You need a drink.
Yeah.
You need a drink.
Yeah, we have.
I haven't drank all day. I drank a lot last night though.
You need a beverage.
Like a beverage? Like booze?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you want to run to the
I just need to get some water or something. That's my drink party stuff.
Oh, he's got water. Huh?
Yeah, I run though. How much time do you have?
We have 15 minutes.
Okay. I'm gonna look or something. Isn't it? You guys need it?
Can I? Yeah. Can I get a Rockstar or something?
Yeah.
Can I?
Need some vodka?
What?
Vodka.
You don't want a beer?
Yeah.
You can get
It's all fucked up today.
really
Yeah.
beer.
Huh?
Really
Yeah.
I'll get some water too.
Get
What, cider?
Ooh, yeah.
There you go. Alright, okay. Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah, thanks, Ryan.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ryan. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah. I'm done.
So if it's just me,
You trying to watch it?
yeah. Seeing if it will work. Will work. Are you working? You're working. There you are, actually working. Does it have audio? Does yes. Yes, it has audio. Holy crap, we're good. Okay, we're good. We're not fucking anything up now. It's slow, but it'll record. People get the gist of it. Okay. Move this couch forward.
Suppose charger going. Okay, can we zoom on this or no?
No. It's true.
You do it for real.
You're not twist off, huh?
No. It's still.
Okay, we're set.
We're set.
Oh, what time are we?
7:01.
Let's do it.
Alright. Eating coffee's open.
Bell. Okay.
Are you seeing this?
We are streaming. So.
Getting set and ready. All right.
Wow.
I like to see myself move a little slower than I. So. Okay, so we're at the new deal. It's
Are we on? We're on?
We're live.
We're on.
Okay,
We're
so
live.
we sound really professional right now.
We do.
I think we sound extremely professional. Didn't know we were on.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm not blaming Johnny for this one either. No intro music.
No,
Last
this
time
is
we do
completely
intro
different,
music.
actually.
Yeah, this is way
Yeah.
better without the joy of intro music.
I like this stuff.
Good job on that, Johnny.
Yeah, getting
No, yeah.
Yeah.
It truly shows the professional you are.
You're a wizard. You're
You're a true genius.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, is it the rock star that makes you that smart?
It is.
Yeah, really.
You and all the people in the Ozarks.
That's
Really?
true. That's true.
Why do you keep bringing up the Ozarks?
Just I like white trash.
Oh,
I really do.
how'd you do that?
You know what's funny? We were talking about that today. I was talking to someone and I was telling them, because my wife had told me one time if I was into black women, like if I had a thing up for black women. I said no, I have a thing for vagina. Don't really care what package it comes in.
Yeah.
As long as it was always there. That's a huge thing.
Yeah.
And so I said, but I do have a type of black woman. And I told her, you're not it.
What is your type?
Like hula hoop earrings, ridiculous
Oh, the
lipstick,
bigger the hoop.
colors in her hair that shouldn't even be in hair,
Mm.
flip flops or high heels, only those two.
Gotcha.
And just so loud and super skinny with just almost like
Those are the kind of girls.
I really do. And for white women, I like Ozark trashy white women.
So like Johnny's kind of like this.
Yeah, the Ozark trashy.
I
white
love
women.
those
Yeah,
girls.
yeah, I do. I like and then Asian women, I like the ones that are passed out.
See, I had a huge fetish for Asian women all through high school and college, and not anymore though.
Well, did I tell you that you can't have an Asian fetish because they're human?
Yeah. Okay, I had yellow fever.
Yeah. Oh, that's way better. Yeah. That works out so much better. Here's the thing. What was it? Monday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm over at right near Crenshaw and Slauson.
Mm-hmm.
I'm walking around. I had just left school. Sheriff, I noticed they're harassing someone, but they keep looking at me.
Yeah.
So then I walk over to the cigarette store where, funny enough, there's a woman just like I was describing that works at the cigarette store. Yeah, she's fantastic, right? Huge ear, the whole thing.
Bigger the hoop.
Oh, yeah, I mean, she's great. She's coolest, too.
Mm-hmm.
And so I go over to get cigarettes, and the cops had already pulled into the drive-thru thing. And one of the cops is a light-skinned black dude and a Latin dude. And one of the cops goes, hey, do you live around here? And I go, no, I don't. And they go, where do you live? I go, what does it matter?
Yeah.
And they go, well, what are you doing around here? I go, again, what does it matter? And they go, well, I go, no. Bye. And they're like, just keep walking. I go, no, I will. Wherever I want. And I walked away.
Yeah.
They then turned, started harassing this homeless guy, had him taking off his shoes and everything else. Simply because I knew my rights.
Yeah. They're not gonna mess with you anymore.
Yeah, I didn't call them, pigs. I didn't call them anything else. I just said, I'm sorry. I'm going to live in America, basically, and ignore you. Because a lot of people died, so we could do that.
Well, you were lucky enough to be black.
No, this is the thing. No, because I've spoken to plenty of black people. Same thing. As long as they know their rights, they don't fuck with them, period.
Yeah.
But it's that a lot of people don't know their rights. or they will give the police officer a reason by getting agitated, by getting in their faces. And when you start doing that, you've now given them probable cause to detain you. But if you are relaxed-handed, look at that smile and just, no, I'm sorry, I'm going to ignore you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you detaining me? No, then I'm going to walk away from you. Thank you. I think I'm free to go.
Mm-hmm.
But it's knowing your rights, and there's people of all races that do this. But the misconception, the myth is, oh no, they're just randomly harassing black people. No, it's all people that look poor. It's all people that don't look like the average schmo.
Well, it's like you go after the lower class because they're really not going to practice their rights anyway.
Exactly. They don't know.
Yeah, they'll be poking the bear the whole time. What the cops will be doing, they'll be poking the bear until the more poor person, whatever they are, the lower class person will attack back, and then that's what they'll tase them or whatever.
Well, you know what it really comes down to too. If you want to talk about black people, I lost my lighter and I can't use a red lighter.
I know, there's some
horrible superstition. Oh, it's right up there. Thank you so
It's
much.
all live.
It's like we're
live. It's actually happening right now.
No, I know. Well, we don't worry about that shit. But here's the thing: what does happen to black people? But it's not just black people. It's really poor people. It just happen to have been majority black people, which is the systematic enraging of them, of the black male. What it is the police will harass them and search them and dehumanize them and take their manhood away in a sense, and then go, hey, go about your day. But they know they're lighting a fuse, and they're doing it purposely. They light the fuse so that they can seek the reward later when that person either on the way home runs into someone who says, boo, and he starts beating the shit out of them because he's so enraged, or he gets home, hits his wife, or he gets home, hits his kids, not even that he would normally. He's just so enraged, and they don't even say anything out of the too big of the norm. It was a little situation, but he was so straw on the camel's back, now he just explodes.
Yeah.
Now they get to arrest him. That's the reward for them. They set the seed, now they get to enjoy the food.
Well, on the way here, I don't know if you guys, all three of us, we don't really drive a lot. We take the metro. I don't know if you guys seen the metro cops right now and then how they're dressed.
No.
But they're all in black now with huge guns and everything, and they're just checking tap cards.
Wow. People don't understand where it's really getting. People really don't get. See, this is the problem. For example, George Zimmerman was in the news again. This idiot's shooting people again. Hopefully he'll freaking hang himself. Just kill yourself, dude. But here's the thing. What a lot of people aren't talking about is this dude's mixed. This is a mixed person. But they made him white. They made him white right away.
They made him white as white can be.
And they're doing that. And they're trying to, what they don't understand is this is not a war between white and black people. There is a systematic war between enforced law enforcement and the rest of us citizens. They don't understand that they're slowly encroaching on martial law.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing, right now, they're set up, they've called, oh gosh, I'm going to get this wrong because I'm not that newsy. But they're calling California like a passive state, like we're gonna succumb right away. We won't be a word. They're doing drills right now. They have it marked down state by state. Texas is one of the biggest states they're worried about in the sense that that Texas isn't gonna go easy. They're gonna fight. And so, but they have this whole thing mapped out. Why would they map it out?
So wait, are you saying that the states will become their own?
The government's running drills right now, mapping out what states are going to act which way when they do martial law. We're working on martial law right now. They're running drills. They're running drills with replicas of LA and New York.
Because of what was going on in Baltimore? And because it was martial law. Terrorism in general?
No.
Just control.
There. That's exactly what it is.
Control, yeah.
But no, it meaning we are going to be with checkpoints. We're going to be carrying cards. We're going to be registering everywhere. We're going to be tracked. And those that aren't are going to be in the
already there.
You know what's so funny? Okay, so they came out with the phone watch. Nobody bought it.
Yeah.
A couple idiots. Now Apple's coming out with the watch and they're publicizing like crazy. Here's the thing. They're going to engrave 66. No, it wasn't 666. People historically said it wrong. But they're going to engrave on our arms a code which tells them everything about us. All our information, everything will be on our wrists.
Yeah.
Engraved. Now,
You think-
engraved because they didn't fucking have it like that.
Oh.
But the
I
phone
mean,
watch.
engraving as in the watch is engraving
Yeah,
into
that's
your
what I was
skin.
thinking.
The watch is
Apple
all your
is gonna,
information.
like engrave the little
You
chip
can
on
buy
you.
things with it.
You
No,
think it's just like a
No,
scrap, but it's
it's
really...
what it is. We're 2015. We have technology. We have technology to have the bracelet.
Mm-hmm.
When the people foresaw it, there wasn't that technology. So what they
Okay.
foresaw was all of our information within the numbers. The numbers could have been 0110, 010101, right? Okay, so the vision, Nostradamus-like, but biblical. However, if people don't see that watch as the forthcoming of that prophecy,
But you can pay for stuff with it.
no. You can buy stuff with it. You can call people. All your information is on it. Everything you need is hooked to your bank accounts.
Yeah.
I mean, everything.
It's a bit much, and people aren't getting it. People aren't waking up, and you know why? Because another trinket.
Well, today I paid my cable bill, and I gave them a call. I pay on the phone. And it's like they know all my information just by my phone number.
Right.
Yeah.
Which, everything's being broken down that way. Anyways, I mean, in cars right now, the internet is in your car. You can actually go online.
Yeah.
In your car.
You can watch TV while you're driving.
Which things are following you. They know how much you're driving, where you're going, what you're spending. It's creepy.
They constantly are showing us how we're not awake anymore. We've become, and I don't want to be so Bill Hicksy and say, we're all sheep, because he was. I love Bill Hicks. I think was a comedic genius. At the same time, he was a suburban kid who was pissed off at this and this.
Yeah.
But people they don't get. Your mom and dad aren't really the problem. They're just part of the problem. The problem's huge.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, there's part of the problem because they're raised into the problem, and the younger generation right now is slowly waking up, realizing that it's a very zombie-like society.
We're forgetting the first thing, and back to the police thing, is we're forgetting our freedoms. We're being murdered by police officers. We're being harassed every day. We're being dehumanized by our paid-for law enforcement. Do you know when a cop? Do you know, for example, I was sued by a black man for beating him, with tasers and stuff, and he won.
Yeah.
And it's called a settlement by the law enforcement. I say I was sued because I helped pay it.
Yeah.
Because it was taxpayer money. They didn't sue the cop.
Yeah.
They didn't sue some private fund. That was taxpayer money that paid Rodney King, that pays all these people.
Yeah, I don't think about that either.
Why aren't the cops' pensions? Why isn't the police pension fund paying for this?
Because they got a really good union.
That's the problem.
I do.
I'm a teacher. We have fucked ourselves with being such assholes as teachers that we've abused the system. We've jumped, and we don't even know we're doing it. They've just convinced us we're underpaid.
Yeah.
They've told us we're underappreciated.
Yeah.
Nobody likes us, etc., and we go, well, fuck them. Fuck them. You don't like us? We teach your children. We change the world. How the fuck don't you appreciate us? And they're going, we appreciate teachers, but what's your problem? Why are you so mad? Wait, fuck you. Hey, teachers are the problem. Hey, parents are the problem. Hey, no, you know who's the problem? The government, the unions, the districts. They are the problem.
Yeah.
They're using the propaganda, Nazi-style propaganda, to turn parents and teachers on each other when we are really, truly, most of us happy with what we're paid, loving our summers off, like working till 2:30 or 3:30 depending on your school. We get there at 8. We have a lunch with the kids. I mean, it's not a hard deal.
Yeah.
But they convinced us that we're underappreciated.
You're working 3 jobs. And, I understand.
How can you do? How do they do this to us? Pay us that little? That's not right.
I have a few friends that are teachers. They're fine.
I'm happy. I'll tell you this. I bust my ass. I give my heart and soul when I'm teaching.
Yeah.
And I am a perfectly appropriate teacher while I'm teaching. Here's the thing. I don't see it as that hard a job.
Yeah.
I see it as one of the most blessed jobs you can do. And if you choose to do it, you should understand there's not that much money. You're not going to be rich. You want to be rich, invent something, do something. You know, like I'm a comic. You know, I'm hoping, hey, maybe that'll work out. I'll get rich. I mean, I'm not doing the right things by calling people out and being a dick. You know, but I don't care. At the same time, I love being a teacher. I don't mind scraping by. You know, but we've hit a point where nothing's respectable. Police, there's a few good ones. The rest are pieces of shit. And that's a problem.
Yeah.
You know, we've all been harassed. I don't know if we've all been harassed, but I've been harassed most of my life.
Cops.
Yeah.
But from cops or just from people in general?
Cops.
Cops. Yeah, I've been harassed by cops. I was harassed today. Check my tap card.
And you know what the greatest thing is? We're paying for that too.
Oh yeah.
Taxpayer money goes to pay.
I make a lot of money on when I first moved here. I was taking the Orange Line. I take the Orange Line every day, but it's a day I just had to take the Orange Line, and I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how the system worked.
Yeah.
And so I just hopped right on the bus, and then a cop got me in the North Hollywood station, wrote me a ticket, and no, it was $500. It's a lot of money just for a couple stops.
Because you forgot to pay your $1.
It was $1.50. Yeah. It's $1.75.
And this is the thing. And once again, who are we mad at? The bus drivers.
Yeah.
Why? They didn't even really get a raise.
Yeah.
But the people a step above them are making a few $100,000 a year, or $100,000 a year, and they did get big raises because of the bump.
Yeah.
And they got bonuses. The bus drivers didn't get shit.
Yeah.
But the bus drivers weren't complaining.
Yeah.
Now, fucking bus drivers with why are you raising the rates? And then, fuck you. Do you think that I'd be sitting in this shitty bus if I controlled the rates?
Yeah.
I'd be home.
Well,
laughing.
most of the bus drivers hate their jobs too. Like they hate their job. They're not being paid. They're actually not being paid well for what they do.
I gotta say, I take the 212 a lot, and really cool, unbelievably cool. Like they'll stop after the fact for people. They let you off beforehand. Just wonderful, out of their way wonderful.
Yeah.
And when people are shitty to them, I'm just like, why are you doing that?
Don't you think it's like instead of whole hierarchy of being a bus driver, like some bus drivers get the nice easy lines, the other ones have to drive the 4 a.m. Yeah, the 4 a.m.
Well, it's every 6 months they switch. Only ones with super seniority get
the
the
good
pay. Yeah,
buses.
they get to keep their route.
The rest of them get the.
But they switch every 6 months.
Okay.
So they have like, that's the thing. I mean, you know.
They're horribly fat too, most of them.
You know what? There's a couple hotties on the ones I do.
Really? The buses?
Yeah.
They're not happy. What's sad is when you get the ones that actually just got hired and they actually like their job.
Yeah.
And
they're happy for a minute.
Yeah, but they just say like they talk about their next stop and what lines you can catch.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, oh wow.
They're gung ho.
Yeah, it's like damn.
They're like Teach for America teachers.
They like wear the hat and everything.
Yeah, they show up to South Central gung ho. They change the world.
It's like 1945 all over.
2 days later, they're crying in the classroom. 3 days later, that bus driver wants to hang themselves. Yeah. I mean, but that's what society is geared up to do to us: is piss us off so much, so constantly.
You become jaded. Because some of these drivers don't give a shit anymore. Where you're literally running to the bus.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah.
You don't.
Fuck
you.
you.
Can stay.
But you know why they do? Because then they slow down and the guy's like, yeah, you ain't got no money. Meanwhile, dude got a blunt in his hand.
Yeah.
And, in McDonald's.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have bus fare.
Yeah.
And personally, I think the bus should be free. However, it's not.
If it's too many people use it, first of all.
Yeah.
And there's not enough of it. And if they build more of it, the whole metro system here, if they actually extend to the point where how it should be, it'll be used more often and it'll be more efficient. Right now it's not as efficient, so the people are pissed, and that's how you get all the homeless people.
It's so scattered.
Well, you have the bullshit that holds it up, like the Gold Line to Pasadena that should have been all the way to Claremont. I'm spoiled to go home and see my mother.
Right?
Yeah.
By now, I'm just on a train. I only live 30 miles away from her. I should be able to.
But you know what's wild is one of the biggest protesters against it going that far was Johnny's mom.
It's true.
It was kind of weird.
She's
It was like they're like, it's really just gonna benefit people. And she's like, no.
It's like the Purple Line.
People get raped.
They want to take that to Santa Monica. Everyone was down with it besides Beverly Hills.
Besides everyone in Santa Monica.
just let
everyone in the Beverly Hills area is like, oh hell no.
Yeah, we just let them make decisions for the entire
freeway.
For an entire ecosystem.
No, you do a purple line from Union Station to the beach.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you got a bunch of working class, poor, black people thinking that they could go hang out by the beach. And I don't mean Dockweiler Bay. I don't mean Dockweiler Bay, where they're supposed to be. I mean like the regular, and I don't mean the fun ones that they allow there, the crazy ones that they'll put up with. I mean families.
Yeah.
Families that have worked all week. Take their kids
to the beach.
To a nice beach.
Because they're not going to take the Wilshire
Santa
bus.
Monica or Malibu, maybe they shoot up on the train, take the bus up the coast, have a picnic. Next thing you know, rich people are being raped. What? It doesn't happen. But they protested the line going there because they didn't want people from LA to have the access to the beach, up in their beach.
Yeah.
Because to them, it is their beach.
It is their beach. It's their community, and that's Beverly Hills. They don't want a subway station going through Rodeo. Did you have a story about the Rodeo? How it's called Rodeo Drive? There's Rodeo.
Yeah. You know, there's Rodeo.
Yeah.
Drive, and then there's Rodeo Drive.
Yeah.
They're the same damn street, but they go Rodeo, Black People Rodeo, and it really isn't. At first I truly thought, did they just everyone mispronounced it, so they called it that? No, it's like an institutionalized thing where they've made it so at a certain point it's rodeo, and they do it so if you live on Rodeo, you're not part of rodeo.
So you're on the class community.
Yeah, you're better than.
But the streets don't connect. They get cut off at one point, right? But it's just the same. It's spelled the same.
No. I think they connect.
Okay.
If I'm correct.
I know certain streets that just stop.
It's the same street though, and you know what's even more amazing is because we always talk about Beverly Hills and this and that.
Yeah.
But we never mentioned Baldwin or Ladera Heights. Yeah. Or these places that are basically almost South Central.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm dying here. Old age. And so these places are basically South Central, but they're gorgeous homes. They're rich people, and they're living there, and they're keeping everyone else out just like Beverly Hills does. And that's again what I say is once we realize that all those people, see Johnny, all those people, their kids and them, they know their rights. When the cop stops them, they give the cop the what for.
Yeah.
And they're black as night.
Are you talking about Baldwin Hills?
Baldwin Hills, Ladera Heights.
Yeah.
Covina, lots of places where it's really nice. Certain parts of Inglewood.
Yeah. There's some parts of Inglewood that are actually very nice. Inglewood was a very nice community.
Gorgeous places. And it's really teaching rights. I mean, simply like this. Cop cannot stop you and detain you unless they're placing you under arrest and they have reasonable cause to stop you. There is a thing called I gotta remember, it's something pat down. It was Ohio versus somebody, and it was a law that came into effect where the police can stop you and pat you down but they also have to have a suspicion that you might have a weapon, or it's from like 1968 or something.
Yeah.
And it's like, they have to have a suspicion, though, that you either have a weapon or may have committed a crime. So even at that point, all you have to say to a police officer, and please, for all three of you listening, share it with three people who will share it with three, and exponentially, we will teach the world. Teach your kids. Police officers cannot stop and detain you unless they have probable cause. They can pat you down if they have suspicion, but there has to be proof of what they were suspicious of.
Yeah.
You just turn to the police officer and you say, am I being detained or am I free to go? Don't call him a pig. Don't call him a racist. Don't call him a piece of shit. Don't call him any of the things they really are. You simply say, am I being detained or am I free to go? And then, like an American, you walk away from any piece of shit who has profiled you and stopped you. And let your children know this. Start breaking out your phones. As soon as you're pulled over, have your phone on your dash recording. As soon as you're pulled over, as soon as you're stopped on the street, have your phone out and recording, or in your pocket and recording out of the top of your pocket. Be vigilant, and either cops will straighten up, or we can get right to civil unrest. and go. We'll invite people from Texas because they got guns.
It's murder 101 right here.
I'm telling you. I mean, you have to teach your children. You have to teach them they have no right to search you. Passengers cannot be searched without probable cause.
Yeah, that's true.
They don't even have to. They can get out of the car and leave.
Yeah.
They can walk away. You can crack your window this much and hand the police officer your license through the window and not say a word to them. Your license tells them who you are and everything else. You have no reason to even have to talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
Even with the DUI stops, you can crack your window and just say, "Am I free to go?"
Yeah.
Am I free to go? Whatever they say, am I free to go?
Those DUI stops, those stops are terrible. There's a stop in between San Diego and Orange County that's pretty bad. Where I don't know what they're looking for. They don't know, illegal aliens or fruit.
That's the thing, because we know they don't really care about the alcohol. They're
No.
looking for money stops.
Yeah.
And they're really trying to. If they bust one drunk, that's like $1,500 or $10,000, some ridiculous money. But they're getting $400 or $500 in registration and this and that throughout it. And the thing is, it's gotten insane. Now, here's the thing: somebody's driving drunk, and they hit somebody and kill them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, somebody's already came up with a solution to that. If you remember a gentleman named John Gotti, his neighbor ran his kid over and killed him. Killed Gotti's kid.
Okay.
The neighbors apparently decided to just go on a permanent vacation because they've never been seen again. The whole family gone. Now they didn't disappear. They were disappeared. But here's the thing. Yeah, I get it. I mean, there's an accident, this and that, maybe. Maybe they do this little buzz, whatever. Maybe John Gotti can do something, whatever. But I'm saying if someone's driving drunk, like we need to get back to the times of this. Someone's driving drunk and they hit somebody, the people in the community basically kill them. Look right there. Mob justice.
Mob justice.
Yes, I like mob justice.
Yeah.
In the sense of, okay, somebody's mugging someone, people start getting involved and beating the shit out of this person. To death even. Beat them to death and there is no crime. Done. Everyone walks away.
Yeah.
But we don't need it to where we are losing freedoms.
Yeah.
Because police officers are saying they need to be able to do those things. What is it? What's the terrorist one?
There's a few.
They have the law with terrorism how they can just stop you, search you, check you.
The Patriot Act.
What is it? The Patriot Act?
Thank you. The Patriot Act. I'm so that
that came from the Bush administration, but
yeah,
it's still bleeding over.
Well, here's
It's
the thing.
still there.
Yeah,
It's still there. They're
Here's
still
the thing.
using it.
Hey guys, still have hope?
Well,
Do you still have hope? Have all the bumper stickers fallen off the cars by now? I think hope is with the bumper stickers in the gutter. Because Obama is proving to be just as shitty a president as everyone else who's been a president, basically.
Yeah, in the last 50 years.
He's an absolute piece of shit. Does anyone else feel like these 8 years have been 12?
It's actually been going by pretty fast, to be
It
honest.
has for you? Okay,
Yeah.
because to me, I'm like, is this dude still in office? I mean, you would think if black people were going to rise up about anything, it would be that this dude has done nothing for them.
Well, I honestly see this country more divided than ever in the last 7 years. I see that. I don't know. I felt like we were divided already, but now it's become so racial than before. It used to be parties. Now it's about race color.
Well, you know what's so funny is, because Johnny, you're 40, right?
Yeah.
I'm 45.
I'm
You're
32.
Okay. And now you know what the difference is? Me and Johnny both remember a time when everything was racial.
Yeah.
I mean, every
Everything.
black joke was being told in pretty much every white
Yeah.
family. All we knew this, man. Look, it's this guy was cool.
Mm-hmm.
He was a cool one.
Yeah.
We all knew that. I mean, I grew up in that time. I was no different, so to speak. I just ended up in Pacoima.
Yeah.
And I realized, oh shit, you mean people are just all human and everyone is an individual based on what they like and don't like?
Yeah.
And, and so I've been privy to a blessed life in the sense that it was so harsh and bad, but I was privy to meeting people from all walks of life. And I realized everyone's the same. There's good and bad everywhere.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we saw a real racial divide. real racism, like true true hatred racism we saw. Scared, ignorant racism. Then the 70s-ish were like getting on, and everything was kind of going, nah, that was such a bad idea to be that way. Oh my god, look at Dickhead with his buzz haircut and the stupid FBI glasses. What a fuck cunt.
Yeah.
You know? And everyone's like, hey, why don't we get along? Why don't we all just take a breath and stop this shit, right? And we had already had the Watts riots, and you know, all this shit went down. And so, okay, so everything's kind of a weird piece. You know, and I remember LA where you saw everybody from every color walking around, and it wasn't the weird issues for a minute.
Yeah.
And then crack.
Then crack in the 80s.
Gangster rap.
And the Reagan administration.
And but no, it's truly, because remember how we did the story about the email?
Yeah.
How rap music was systematically made gangster rap and made violent, made sexual, made drug-induced.
No, because rap in the 70s is poetry. It was
poetry, then it became political, then it became fun, goofy.
Yeah.
But they switched it to the gangster, and they created criminals for the private prisons. Well, you know now mainstream news is doing stories about the private prisons and their lobbying practices and what they've actually done and how they've created criminals. I mean, almost a half a year ago, we did that story. Now they're coming out talking about, oh, well, this is going on. Yeah, we already said it. But people don't listen. I mean, you know, like the world's not paying attention to what's right in front of you. If I can find it, so can a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
You know, and it's right in front of us. This is what they did. And then so we noticed the 80s were weird, like lots of racial jokes back and forth. Lots of black people doing white jokes, lots of white people doing black jokes. But the white people started doing the black jokes, like really very pro-black.
Yeah.
You know, blacks are cooler type of thing. Carlin loved black people, you know, type of thing. And then came the 90s-ish, and then a bunch of non-black comics started dropping the word. They're saying it all the time to be crazy, you know, this and that. But slowly, piece by piece, we're back to white people are the devil, black people are criminals. All this stuff is going on. Like it was the 60s again.
I blame social media and just the media in general for spinning everything to the point of
they're a machine.
I mean, I have friends of all races and colors, and I have friends that are Middle Eastern that get threatened every day, and nobody talks about that.
But you know what's crazy though is because they get threatened. Like there's Middle Eastern people getting profiled, this and that. There's Asian people, there's white people, there's black people, there's Israeli people. You know, on and on. Armenians. You know, everyone. They're depending on where you live and what class level you're at, you might be getting
your target.
Your
profile. Yeah.
But we become a nation where no one's banding together. Nobody's like, hey, this isn't right. This isn't what America is. You know, what happened to America where you could actually do things, where you didn't have to have connections, you just had to have drive, you just had to have spirit.
Yeah.
Commitment. You know, a goal. And if you wanted to, you could accomplish it. You can't anymore.
Well, every time that we come together, we are attacked. So during 9/11, we came together. We did. We really did. This country was actually shooken to the bone.
I was talking to Aaron Cater. He's a Persian Jew. He's Persian. I don't know if he's Persian. He's Persian. I think he's Persian. I don't know. He's Persian.
Different.
He might be Jewish. I don't fucking know. But anyway, what we were talking about is he was talking about all the, you know, hatred toward Arab people. And I said, isn't that funny? Because people don't remember, but the old movies always showed, like you would have the one Arabic dude with the sword and buff, and he looked mean as hell, but all the other Arabic people were both beautiful and friendly and wonderful, and you know, oh, that's a beautiful lamp, my friend. The lamp is yours.
Yeah.
You take it. You know, that is a beautiful wife. Ah, she's yours.
She's yours, yeah.
You know, I mean, they were just giving and considerate and kind in all the movies. They were lovers. You know, what was it? Lawrence of Arabia.
Lawrence of Arabia.
You know, films like that. They were great.
Even in the 90s, you had the Disney cartoon Aladdin, where they were
very
attractive.
But then we decided to start hating them. And they became, like with the Ayatollah Khomeini. And they back then, you know, they became criminals, and they slowly, piece by piece, became the villains in all of our movies.
Yeah.
Now remember, it used to be the Asians and the Germans that were the villains in every movie. Then it became the Arabs,
Russians.
the Russians, and then
were-
the Arabs
Yeah.
became the villains. And it's what the movies do, what Hollywood does, is they decide who we should hate, and they start with the movies.
Well, I
Yeah.
still don't trust Russians.
I-
Growing up in the 80s, I just still don't trust
See,
Russians.
I don't trust that stuff Rush that they used to sell in
Rush,
stores that you could sniff. But
Oh.
that's my thing. Yeah. No, I mean, you know what the thing is so funny because, you know, the Russians are just living life too. A lot of them are living just like you know, it's like, it's not a bread line everywhere there. You know, I mean, it's like everything's so propagandized
Yeah.
that we're all so in such a fog, and we don't remember what America itself was really supposed to be, which was a place to be free, even though the people who created it didn't really have freedom intended for everyone. You know, it's like, what people have to realize is if we just go, hey, look, everyone's fucked. Everyone's been a dick. And I don't mean it in the generic way. I mean, it's like, for example, somebody was telling me that a European influence
Mhm.
created a hatred